Hello, Virgo. Happy birthday, I should say, Virgo. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I will be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of September 2021. I'm using a new microphone situation. So I'm hoping that this will improve the audio because I know I got a couple of comments on last month's readings that the audio was kind of low. So I'm trying to fix that. So if it doesn't work, I'm sure you guys will let me know. For the readings this month, I will be using my white tarot deck, and I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot. And then I will close out your reading, Virgo, with a Work Your Light Oracle card. It's a brand new Oracle deck that I just picked up, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's a deck I've been wanting for a while, so I'm glad to finally start working with it. Like I said about the microphone, you may see this cord because I kind of have it strung around the camera, around the tripod in a weird way to keep it out of the way. So if you do see this little purple cord floating around, that's what it is. But I'm going to try my best to make sure it doesn't get in the way. So okay, let's go ahead and get started with your reading, Virgo. I know this is going to be a very good month. I know it's also going to be a month of a lot of changes because I'm already starting to experience that. I have double Virgo in my chart, so I don't know. I'm just feeling like change is on the horizon. So let's go ahead and take a look at what shows up for Virgo as it relates to money. Whoa. My cards are falling. Okay. Money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of September 2021. So, yeah. Like I said, I think the theme for the month of September, Virgo, is going to be change. Are you ready? Are you preparing? Are you being adaptable to the changes that are definitely, you're going to be feeling it. Like I said, if you're not already feeling it now, before we actually move into this new month, you're going to feel it, and you're going to feel like you're not going to be able to control a lot of things. But I have to tell you, it's all about going within and reevaluating who you are and how you're showing up in the world, okay? So let's go ahead and start here. We have the King of Wands as we move into the new month of September, Virgo. You're going to have a lot of changes going on as it relates to your work. Now, whatever it is that you do for bringing in income, it doesn't matter if you're an employee, a business owner, a student, if you're retired, whatever it is that you do to bring money in to pay the bills, there's going to be some changes as it relates to that. I know a lot of us here in the United States are dealing with, quite a few legal changes as it relates to certain programs, certain, sources of income. Those things either will, I want to say that they're going to probably cease. In other words, they probably will stop, or there's definitely going to be some type of changes coming to certain programs. And I say that because I see this Ace of Swords here. Next, we have the Strength card. This is a very good card because regardless of the changes that are taking place, Virgo, you definitely have the strength, the tenacity, the, determinedness to see yourself through whatever the challenge may be. So you're going to be fully equipped, I'm not going to say necessarily prepared, but it's not like anything is going to be showing up out of the blue, okay? There's definitely going to be some changes, and these changes are changes that you're aware of, and it's just a matter of how you're going to, like I said earlier, adapt to the changes. Next, we have the Seven of Wands. You're going to be doing a lot of communicating, a lot of talking to people about what your plans are. And not everybody's going to understand. Maybe not everybody's going to be supportive, so you're going to feel sometimes like you're being attacked or that you have to defend yourself on some level. So, just kind of prepare for that. Understand that you're not doing anything wrong. The thing is like people are not in your life, so they don't have the same perspective. And you just got to have to kind of roll with, whatever, and still stay focused and do what it is that you need to do for your money situation, for your work, for your career, for your business. We talked about the Ace of Swords. Like I said, there's definitely going to be some changes to things that are already in place. Okay, so for some of you, like I said, that may be the end of some type of financial support program, some type of financial assistance. For some of you who are working, there's definitely going to be changes as it relates to your job. Maybe you're going to be working from home. Maybe you're going back to the office. It's one of those things, like I said, it's changes that are not exactly comfortable, but they're necessary. Next, we got the Two of Pentacles. Pay attention to the budget. This is actually, I like seeing this card in the reverse because, usually when this card is upright, it means the budget needs to be worked with. But in this case, in the reverse, it means that you are actually taking into account some things that need to be probably restructured as it relates to your finances. It's like you're preparing. Maybe you're, paying off some debts so you don't have to deal with them for the remainder of the year. Maybe you're paying ahead with some of your bills. Whatever the case may be, it looks like you've got your finances in order, or you at least have a good framework in order to figure out what you need, when you're going to need it, and how you're going to cover all of your expenses. We also have the Eight of Swords. Now, this is a card of self-limiting beliefs. This is something I know personally I struggle with from time to time. Nothing is holding you back. You can absolutely do whatever it is that you want to do, Virgo. You just have to, figure out a plan and figure out a strategy of how you're going to apply that. That's all this is. If you want to start a business, if you want to grow your business, which I am in the process of doing, you really have to kind of get serious here. There's nothing that you can't do, but it's about being a little bit more disciplined and taking some more action. Finally, we have the Hermit card. The Hermit card is the card of Virgo in the tarot deck. Now, the Hermit card is a card about time, stepping back and, like I said, reevaluating who you are and how you're showing up in the world. The other thing about the Hermit is sometimes you have to disconnect from certain people, certain circumstances for a little while, just until you get yourself a lot more grounded and you get yourself really rooted in what it is that you're trying to do as it relates to your finances. So as you kind of figure this out, Virgo, understand that it's going to take probably some isolation and some, really deep thought as far as how you're going to make things happen for yourself, especially as it relates to money. All right, let's continue on and see what else shows up for Virgo as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. For the month of September 2021. All right, so I know we've got a lot of reverse cards here, but again, that's nothing to worry about. I know some of you guys panic when you see reversals, but let me tell you, you don't need to. A lot of this stuff is, things that are ending, things that are being recycled, I should say. And also it means that you have more options, like we have with the Seven of Cups here. Now, the Seven of Cups is a very unique card in that it doesn't necessarily have a meaning that's negative per se. It just means that you have options and you're always going to have a choice. You're always going to have to make the distinction that you can do certain things. But the thing is sometimes the options are limited, or all the options that are available aren't exactly attractive options for you. So in this case, I'm getting the sense that it's more of the latter. In other words, there's a ton of things you can do, Virgo, as it relates to your money and to your investments, but maybe the timing or maybe not all of them are really resonating with you right now. And that's okay. Everybody goes through cycles of, ups and downs as it relates to their money. But this isn't really necessarily something where you're on a downward type of trend. It's more about you just kind of wanting to do some things, but you're not seeing how all of these things are feasible at this time. Again, it could be a limit, you know, a limit of time. It could be a limit of resources that kind of, you know, doesn't give you exactly all of the options that you're looking for. But the thing is that you do have options, okay? Next, we got the Four of Wands. Now, the Four of Wands in the reverse means that things could feel a little bit unstable. Probably once we hit the second week of September, things might look a little crazy. Now, when I say unstable, it doesn't mean that things are going to collapse. It just means that your finances probably will be stretched a little thin. And the good thing is like, as you get this, I guess, information, it allows you to prepare, and it allows you to kind of understand that it's only temporary and that it's not going to be something that is permanent or long term. Next, we have the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is a great card to see in the reverse because that means healing. I do believe that your financial situation is going to heal in some way, or it's going to recover in some way. The good thing is that, like I said, whatever unstableness that you may be feeling in the second week of September, it's only temporary because your finances will be restored in some way. They will, you know, bounce back, okay? We also have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a card of kind of being a little bit of a tightwad. But in this case, this is actually going to work out in our favor, okay? There's nothing wrong with pinching pennies when it is the right approach. It doesn't mean you have to be loosely spending your money, you know, as it relates to your work. But sometimes we do have to be a little bit more conservative with our spending, okay? Maybe now is not the time to upgrade your website. Maybe now is not the time to purchase some new tools. You know, you're going to have to make that distinction for yourself. But again, like I said, what I'm looking at here, this is only temporary. So kind of take a step back. Hold on to your cash because, you know, you're going to be in a much different place probably as we close out the month. Next, we have the Page of Swords. This is news and information coming our way about something being discontinued, stopped, no longer. I have a feeling like this is something work related for a lot of you, you know, and again, if you don't have a job or if you are a student or retired, I do feel that there is going to be something that is discontinued at this time, and it will have an effect on your finances. Okay, so if you're a student, maybe a class, I don't know, could be canceled, and, you know, maybe you have to figure out, or maybe you have to buy more books or something, like, I don't know. But I do get the sense that something is going to be discontinued and it will have a direct impact on your finances. But here we go, finally, as we close out the second week of September, we have a very powerful card. We have the Six of Wands. This is you definitely being recognized and acknowledged for something big, something powerful, something that's really, I want to use the word extravagant, but it doesn't necessarily mean like extravagant, like expensive, but it just means something that's very big that attracts a lot of attention. For those of you who work in social media, this could be something as simple as a post or a video or something going viral. It could also be winning an award at your place of employment, or it could just be maybe even within your own family or within your own circle of friends and people that you know in your own circle of network. Something really causes you to be the center of attention. Now, this is good because there's going to be a financial benefit tied to this. In other words, there's going to be a chance to monetize this attention, and that's definitely going to put you front and center, and it's definitely going to give you a new type of stability as it relates to money. Maybe it's going to be some unexpected income. Like I said, whatever the case may be, there's definitely going to be an opportunity to monetize the attention that's coming your way. All right, Virgo, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. Nice. Let's see how many cards show up. For the month of September 2021, what do we need to know for the sign of Virgo? Oh my goodness. Okay. I wasn't expecting that many cards, but we're going to work with it. We're just going to roll with it here. Okay. All right, so as we move into the second half of September, get ready, Virgo, because things definitely are moving in a much more streamlined, positive, profitable way. We got the Queen of Swords here. Now, the Queen of Swords, I'm picking up that this is an emotional card, and I feel like there's going to be some a distancing of a relationship, and it's really weird because I don't normally get that, but intuitively that's what I'm picking up, is that this is a person here. This is a female energy person. Now, obviously, because I want to be, you know, what's the word? I want to be correct in saying, you know, I'm feeling like this is a female, but again, it doesn't necessarily mean gender specific, okay? So I am picking up female energy with this, and I do feel like there will be a severing of a relationship. Now, this could be personal or professional, but I am picking up that there is going to be a female energy person. Intuitively, I feel like it's a female, but that doesn't have to necessarily apply to everyone's situation. But there is going to be a cutting off of a relationship with someone who has a very strong dominant female energy. Excuse me. So I feel like it's going to be a woman, but again, it could be someone who just has female energy, who's not necessarily a gender identified woman. And I hope that makes sense. But anyway, so as we move into the second half of September, looks like you're going to probably be cutting off a relationship with a female because it just doesn't serve you, you know, and intuitively you feel like that's the right thing to do because we have the High Priestess here. The High Priestess is a very powerful, very feminine energy driven card, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's what she represents. She represents that higher self, intuitive knowledge. She's also about really being guided by her own inner voice, okay? And I do feel like that's going to be a lot of what comes into play here once we move into this second half of September. But then things get really juicy because we have the Ten of Cups and we also have the Wheel of Fortune. You got two tens side by side here. Ten of Cups, ultimate joy, exciting wish fulfillment card. This is something very good, something very big happening and coming your way. The Wheel of Fortune is unexpected good luck, serendipity, being in the right place at the right time. Again, this happens in a very big, bold, and beautiful way. These are two very powerful cards here, and to get them side by side is just really incredible. So like I said, get ready, Virgo, because the second half of September is really going to be fantastic. Next, we also have the Knight of Cups. This is an offer. This is someone showing up to help you. Really, the Knight, you know, riding in on the white horse, literally. This is someone really showing up to help you and support you in a very big way. So get excited for that because, you know, it's almost like you don't realize you need something until it shows up. And sometimes we don't realize we need people or certain things in our lives until they show up for us. And I have a feeling that's what this is going to be about here. Now we also have this Two of Pentacles. This is a repeater. Remember we saw him here. So again, you're going to be paying attention to your budget. You're really going to be on point with the finances here. You're not overspending, but at the same time, you're not underspending and cutting costs where they don't need to be cut. It's just a very solid, grounded place to be financially. Finally, we have the Page of Wands. This is good news coming in as it relates to your work. For those of you who are waiting to hear back on a job, looks like you will hear back some good news. The other thing about this is like this is also good news as it relates to home. So something in your home life which could have a financial tie or a financial connection, you're going to get some good news with that, okay? So for those of you who are looking maybe to sell a home or maybe who are looking to buy a home, looks like you're going to get some good news as it relates to that too. All right, then we have the King of Pentacles. Now the King of Pentacles, it was really weird because when all those cards fell out, he kind of was a little bit, I don't know, kind of like not really in the whole group, or maybe it was just me picking it up that way. But the King of Pentacles is about financial literacy. He also is a card of financial knowledge, okay? So if you can educate yourself about something financially, it's going to work in your favor. The problem is you have to do the work, Virgo. You have to commit to it. You have to do the study. You have to do the research. You have to ask the questions, okay? That's going to definitely be probably a game changer as it relates to your finances and what it is that you do. So let's see what else shows up for you, Virgo, as we close out the month of September. Nice. Oops. For the month of September 2021, I don't know where I left off with that, but okay, so as we close out the month of September, looks like you could be taking a trip, Virgo, and it's very interesting because I do have plans to take a trip at the end of September, so this is definitely in alignment for me. We already talked about the King of Pentacles, recognition. People want to hire you. People want to work with you, Virgo, as we close out the month of September. Looks like you're going to get an opportunity here. People see what you do, and they're very impressed, and they're like, hey, we're ready to hire you. We're ready to, work with you. Could be new clients, new customers, all of that. We also have the Fool here. Looks like you're going to be moving into something new that you may be unfamiliar with, but you're ready to take it on. Now, this is very exciting because this is a new opportunity, a new direction, a new adventure for a lot of you. So if you are a business owner, maybe you're going to add something to your business that you've never tried before. Maybe you're going to try Facebook ads. Maybe you're going to add a podcast. Maybe you're going to open an online store. It's something that you've never done before, but you're ready to step into it wholeheartedly because you see the potential, and it's going to be something fun. It's going to be something that you enjoy, and because of that, you're going to be good at it, okay? It's definitely going to pay off for you monetarily. Interesting that we have this Seven of Wands because we had that guy here, so it looks like whatever communication issues that were very apparent at the beginning of the month, it looks like that gets resolved by the time we close out September. I already talked about travel. A lot of us Virgos probably will be taking trips towards the end of the month. And this doesn't necessarily have to be something elaborate or some big grand vacation. It could be a road trip. Could be visiting, friends or family for the weekend. For some of you, it will be a big, grand, lavish vacation. Whatever it is, looks like you're definitely going to be changing your scenery, changing your environment a little bit at the end of the month. Finally, we have the Moon card. The Moon card is a card of revelation, which means by the time we close out September, Virgo, you will have some new insight. You will have some new information about something that you were curious about. Maybe you have questions about something as it relates to your money. Maybe you have questions or you just don't know something about a particular relationship. Looks like those unanswered questions will be answered by the time we close out September, Virgo. So Virgo, you've got a really good month. Looks like the second half of the month is going to be a lot better probably than the first half of the month, but that's okay because what we're seeing here is going to be pretty epic. So let's go ahead and close out your reading, Virgo, with a Work Your Light Oracle card. This is an absolutely gorgeous deck. Look at the backs here. Let's see. For Virgo, you got the card of the Great Gathering. Nice. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, Soul Tribe. Now, this definitely resonates with me because I am going to be doing a wonderful gathering, like I said, towards the end of the month. But again, this doesn't have to be anything specific. It could just be that things in your life are starting to come together. Intuitively, you're really feeling like you're connecting with your people. You're connecting with, your environment. Maybe there's just some things that you just didn't realize that really kind of give you clarity throughout the month. So Virgo, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, please drop them down below. I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. Enjoy the month, Virgo. Happy birthday.